Hello, it's Nana JL54 Janet. Hello, the magic. Okay, this is the second time I'm filming this. Oh, my hair's kind of funky. Anyway, Lord have mercy. I am the only Nimnal. It will tell you how much I use my supplies. I have nestabilities. I have a big old thing full of nestabilities, and I'm an idiot. I just did a... Anyway, it's been a long time since I used my nestabilities, so... This is the card I made. I'm just going to go through it and I'll tell you what happened when I come to it. Okay, this is the card that I made today, and I got inspired because I want to place an order. There's a couple things that I saw that I want from Stampin' Up, and so I want to place an order. And I was inspired by this card, and I have to find it for you guys. I just closed it because I was like, oh, I'm done. I don't have to, I'm done with my video. Not. Anyway, so the thing is that I don't have some of the, I thought I had everything that goes with it, the stamp set I have, okay, this is it. This is the card that inspired me. Isn't that cute? And so I thought, I have that stamp set, the mannequin. I have that stamp set, and I don't know if you can see, but the little French words and all that. And so I have book paper, and I thought I had a scallop die. I have a scallop nestability. So I thought, oh, I have everything. Well, this right here, this thing, this base that the mannequin is on, this thing, doggone it, this. That is a embossing folder, and you emboss it and then you cut it out, and it's a beautiful frame. Look at that. Isn't it cute? So, but I don't have that, and I'm going to order it. But I don't have it, so I thought, well, this is where my dumbness comes in. I thought, well, I have nestability, so I'll pick a nestability that I like. So I picked a nestability that I like, and I go, doggone it, it cuts openings out. I'm going to have to cut two. So I cut two. Not realizing, not remembering that if you just use the one size, it doesn't cut a hole in it. So I did the whole video saying, well, but I'm going to have to get a different die because, I have to do it this way. So you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm an idiot. So anyway. And I thought I had the scallop circle die, and I don't have that, but I have nestability. So, I could have done it with that, but I didn't. I hand cut it. So I hand cut the little scallop circle out of book pages. Like I took 3 book pages and did that. The base is crumb cake cardstock from Stampin' Up, and it's really thick, heavy cardstock. It's really nice for cards. It's smooth. It's very smooth. It's just really, really nice. And then I use this embossing folder, square lattice, this embossing folder from Stampin' Up. And I inked it with crumb cake ink. I'm sorry. Oh, and I have to do a disclaimer on my face. I just had, stay out of the sun, folks. I just had a bunch of precancerous things burned, and like my lip over here and my head over here. And anyway, it's ugly. So that, and then the purple that you see, or the cranberry or whatever color, that is this Stampin' Up cardstock, and you can see how thick it is. Very, and smooth. It's very smooth. So what I did with that is I tore it, and I started working with it. And the wonderful thing about this, most of their colors and most of their cardstock, is you can tear it in half. Like, you work it over and work it, and then you can split it in half, and you end up with, like, I ended up with 2 pieces like this. And I scrunched one up and put it behind here. And the other one, I punched out my, oops, sorry, I gotta reach. And the other one, I punched out my boho blossoms from Stampin' Up. And that's the flowers that are on there. And I meant to put a flower on here because I messed up right here. I tried a technique and it didn't work, so I got to put another flower there. But anyway, this is some seam binding that I thought it needed a touch of green, and I didn't have the narrow, and this is the picture again. I didn't have the little narrow ribbon. So anyway, So I did that, and I said that I inked the embossing folder with crumb cake and did a tone on tone with that embossing folder. And yeah, and this is an antique button. It's a, we call it a cameo button. It's antique. And some lace, some old lace back here. There. And so that's my card. And I wanted to show you that. And then the other thing is that I got my order. This is the crumb cake. It's very smooth. It's nice to make cards. Then I got my order from Blitzy. And I ordered these Ranger daubers. Now, I use, like to paint my boxes and do my crackle effects and stuff like that. I use regular craft paint, but I find that these stick to plastic pretty good, stick to glass pretty good, and also stick to metal really good. Like I have a tin box that I'm working on, and this goes on great, and it stays. Unless you scrub it with something, it stays. If you take your nonstick mat, your Ranger nonstick mat, or like I have an oven mat, but if you take that and you paint, you know, some of this, and then paint regular craft paint, and you walk away, let it dry for a few hours, when you come back, this stuff you have to really, you know, really dig to get it off, and craft paint you just like pull it right off. So this stuff is made to stick on a lot of surfaces. Tim Holtz has a video showing him doing it on pleather, you know, plastic looking leather on his binder and stuff, and he uses this when he alters things that are other than paper. Well, he uses it for paper too. So that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you. I had a leak in the roof in my craft room. Oh, wall of shame. Anyway, my husband went up there because I noticed that there were a couple of you know, I'm trying to organize my craft room, and I got a new shelving in there. Anyway, long story short, he went up on the roof to see why I had like a little leak, and he said that something was trying to get in. They were gnawing or clawing, and it was a roof tile, and they were trying to get in. It's crazy. We've got raccoons and all kinds of stuff, but unless there was like a lizard or something underneath it hiding from the rain, I don't see why a raccoon would try to come through the ceiling. He said it went right down to the wood. Like, that's scary. That's very scary. So I'm not afraid of those kind of animals. You know, I'm you know, they're dangerous. You have to be careful. But you know, my sister-in-law had a possum come through her little, somehow climbed through and got into her house and stuff, and she called me and I got it out. I'm not afraid of those kind of things, but I don't want one eating its way. If anything that can eat its way through my roof is something I don't want to mess with. So anyway, children of all ages and stages, do not go out in the sun without 50 or 70% sunblock. It's crazy. I've had Mohs surgery, and it's been a couple of years. Which Mohs surgery, they dig and they take a whole bunch of flesh from around the area because they have to make sure that the cancer's not there anymore. And they did it on my lip. They did plastic surgery, and it was fine. But now, how many years later, I've got a little spot right next to it, and they're trying to catch it before they have to carve on me again. So, many years laying in the sun, I want to tell you, don't do it. Think twice. I have spots on my arms where they've carved, you know, and they keep carving. So if you moms and dads and aunts and uncles and grandmas and grandpas, catch your little ones and smother them with sunblock. So love you guys. That's a word to the wise. And yeah, have a nice day. Bye.